A special day of events in La Crosse honoring our nation's military members, past and present. Good evening and thanks for watching News 8 this weekend. I'm Lou Hillman. UWL's Veterans Field lived up to its name today before the school's football game, and during halftime more than 3,000 people paid tribute to our nation's veterans. It started with a special recognition of Marine Corporal Gage Griffin. The 2009 graduate of GET High School was severely injured last year while serving in Afghanistan. His recognition was followed by a 21-gun salute, taps, and a moment of silence before the teams entered the field. The Eagle Battalion ROTC then presented the colors before the national anthem. The lead up to the start of the game was an emotional one for Griffin's family.
You know, every time you talk about it, it kind of opens that wound again, kind of relive the experience.
But is today a little bit easier?
It's a celebration, actually. It's happy tears that he's home.
Now, a planned flyover before the game had to be canceled because of bad weather conditions in Minneapolis. Now, another special event took place during halftime when a UWL graduate and service member was awarded the Purple Heart. News 8's Pauline Lee was there for the moment and joins us in the studio with the story.
Second Lieutenant Jason Church went off to serve in Afghanistan this past May. Several months later, a dangerous explosion left him severely injured. He couldn't think of a better place to receive the honor of the Purple Heart than his alma mater and sharing it with family and friends, especially his dad.
I couldn't imagine what I was going to feel like.
Heading out to the football field at halftime, Second Lieutenant of the U.S. Army Jason Church says it's a familiar but different experience.
My favorite sport. I love playing it. I love the game. To be able to play it in college, and I look at how this university has embraced me not only as a student athlete, but also as an alumni and a veteran.
He joined the Army in May and soon headed to serve in Afghanistan. Months later on patrol, an IED exploded, taking both of his legs below the knee. It was something that changed his life forever.
Just physically looking at the loss of my legs, I learned right there that what I valued most, and you think about your family, you think about those that are close to you.
He's undergone 18 surgeries and months of rehabilitation. Church wanted to come back to his alma mater to receive his Purple Heart in front of friends and family who cared for him most. That includes his father, Colonel David Church of the U.S. Army Reserves, who presented him with the honor.
As parents, it was something, and as an officer in the Army, something I never wanted to do was present my own son with a Purple Heart because he was injured in war, and I guess it just kind of, catches up with you a little bit, and you appreciate the sacrifice he's made, plus the sacrifices all the other veterans have made.
The emotions both father and son felt on the field were nothing they could have expected.
I'm usually decent at public speaking, but this has been very hard for me right now. Again, I'd just like to say thank you.
I mean, and I just kind of lost it there for like a second there. I was kind of a little tough on the PA system there.
While the road to recovery is still a long one, Church says he's thankful for such a strong support system cheering him on.
I'm just glad that the community that embraced me as a student athlete and as a football player could embrace me again as a veteran, and that they could show their appreciation in a setting like this. And that's obviously something I'm obviously always going to remember.
Now Jason is heading back to the Walter Reed Army Medical Center in the Washington, D.C. area, where he'll continue intensive rehabilitation. Doctors tell us he should be up and walking with the use of a cane by the end of December and walking on his own with just prosthetics in a few months.
All right, thanks a lot, Pauline. Powerful story there. We will have more on Church coming up later in sports. Also a reminder, there will be a free Veterans Breakfast tomorrow. Doors open at UWL's Mitchell Hall at 8 a.m. with a special ceremony at 9 and breakfast at 10.